What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And in today's video, we have some crazy hype news again on One Piece Treasure Cruise Global. Now, if you guys saw the previous video that was uploaded, you guys would see that V2 Fujitora is actually coming on the 28th of April 2018. So this is the Sugo Fest right here, and if you guys want to see the full breakdown of all of the new characters in this specific batch, make sure to go ahead and check out that video. But in today's video, we're going to be overviewing something that is coming along with this Sugo Fest, which does also bring along some more hype stuff for slasher-based teams. So let's go ahead, head to the Super Evolution screen, and have a look at two brand new Super Evolved characters, which is going to be Mihawk and Zoro. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. So the first character here is going to be 6+ Int Mihawk. So this is a character that a lot of people have been anticipating coming to One Piece Treasure Cruise Global. He is such a good unit. So let's go ahead and overview this character. He doesn't actually gain an additional socket spot, which would be good through his limit break, but unfortunately he doesn't get an additional socket, which a lot of people were hoping that he did. So that's unfortunate. Through his limit break, he doesn't get that. But as a super evolved character, he's fantastic, okay? So his captain ability, before it was 2.75 times attack at the maximum. If you hit a perfect, the following slasher unit would get 2.75 times attack. It's a little bit different this time, so it's still based on whether you hit a good, great, or perfect, but this time the value is between 1.5 and 3.5. So if you consistently hit perfects on your slasher teams, every unit is going to get a 3.5 times attack, and that is fantastic. He doesn't get any HP boost or any damage reduction, which is kind of a downfall, but still, as a captain, he's extremely strong, giving you 3.5 times attack when you hit a perfect. One small downfall also from his captain ability is the fact that the first attacker of your chain is going to be getting a 1.5 times boost, whereas if you keep hitting perfects following that, every other unit is going to get 3.5 times attack. So starts off a little bit weak, but every other character gets 3.5, so that's fantastic. A lot of damage output, so that's a massive increase from his previous version, going from a 2.75 up to a 3.5 captain. That is exceptional. Very, very good buff to his captain ability, but he actually gets a very, very interesting buff to his special ability. This time you can see here, it's actually a multi-stage special. This time, Level 1, 18 turns, will max at 12 turns, deals 30% of the total damage dealt from normal attacks in the previous turn to all enemies as non-type damage. If the enemies were defeated with additional damage in the previous turn, the damage dealt beyond enemies' HP will be counted as 0. So basically meaning, if you dealt 1,000,000 damage in the previous turn, 30% of that total damage is dealt as damage when you activate the special on stage number 1. Therefore, if you dealt 1,000,000 damage last turn, this stage 1 special does 300,000 damage, which is freaking awesome, man. That's so good. Then they buffed a stage 2 special. So stage 2 starts 24, maxes at 18. So automatically, he actually gets a cooldown reduction. So previously, his special would max at 19 turns with his regular form. I believe it's 19 turns. Yeah, so he maxes at 19 turns. This guy, when you max level him and you super evolve him, he goes to 18 turns. And I'm looking at it right now, he actually gets another cooldown reduction from his limit break. So max limit breaking this character is actually quite worth it, just for the fact that you get a pretty nice amount of cooldown reduction. 2 turns with limit break and super evolution. So this time, instead of dealing 30% with his stage 1, his stage 2 deals 60% of the total damage that you dealt in the previous turn. So his previous version, Inthawk, would only deal 50% of the total damage. So they've automatically given him a 10% increase to his special ability of the damage dealt. So this guy does more damage as a captain, and his special ability does more damage as well. Overall, he's an exceptional character to super evolve. So if you have an Int Skull lying around, or if you really want to super evolve this character, I believe that young Whitebeard is actually returning to One Piece Treasure Cruise when General Frankie Raid Boss comes out. So when you see General Frankie on Extra Island over the next week or two, make sure to farm it so you can get Ambush Whitebeard to appear, so you can get your Int Skull, because you want to be super evolving this character. You don't need a duplicate Inthawk. He does not become like a side grade like Gear 4 or V2 Law. He's a brand new unit that is a straight buff from his previous version. So make sure to go ahead and super evolve this character if you get the chance to do so. But now let's go ahead and talk about the next character coming to One Piece Treasure Cruise Global as a 6+ character. So here we have the next character, which is going to be 6+ Dex Time Skip Zoro. Now, before we actually talk about this character, can we just have a look at the artwork? This artwork is so goddamn good, and this is exactly what everyone was hoping for his artwork against Pika and Dressrosa. He looks fantastic. Just artwork alone looks amazing. But let's talk about what he actually does and how he's buffed from his previous version. So you can see here, he doesn't get any limit break just yet. Hopefully he gets a limit break sometime in the future that, you know, kind of buffs him a little bit more. But let's talk about his captain ability. Now, his captain ability previously as a 6-star character was convoluted, had so much of a description for a very simple effect. They've just cut it all down, so now it's a simple 3 times attack with a 1.5 health to slasher units. Now, his previous 6-star version was so annoying with his captain ability. As you can see, there's so much more text here where you had to have 5 or more slashes in your crew, so you couldn't have just 4 slashes. You had to have specifically 5 or 6 in your crew for his captain ability to activate. You would only get a 2.5 times captain boost, but then when you killed something in the previous turn, it would become a 3 times boost. You still had 1.5 times health, but it was extremely annoying the fact that you had to kill something in the previous turn in order to actually get his 3 times attack multiplier. So what they've done now is they've just given it a 3 times multiplier all the time, an unconditional 3 times attack and 1.5 times health captain to slashes. An insanely good buff just straight away from his captain ability. As a straight buff from his previous 6-star version. So now let's talk about his special ability. Now, I believe his special ability has not changed cooldown. I believe it is the exact same as before. It is a 1-turn reduction, okay? So it starts at 19 turns and maxes at 15, where before it was a 20-turn cooldown maxing at 16. So you do get 1 turn less cooldown. Now, straight away, the first sentence, 120 times his attack in non-type damage to all enemies. Now, his previous version was only 60 times attack AoE damage. So you automatically, straight away, will get double the damage dealt from his special, but it's actually a little bit more than double because his stats will also increase as well. So his attack at max is 1555, whereas before it was 1518. So you do get about a 40 stat increase to his attack, which is very good because that adds even more damage to his special overall. But on top of this, if this Zoro is your captain or your friend captain, so if he's in the top row, he gives slashes a 2 times attack boost. But if he's not your captain and he is a sub, he gives a 1.75 times attack boost and a 2.5 times chain lock. So he is now in competition of Treasure Mode Mihawk. So Treasure Mode Mihawk is a chain locker and an orb booster, whereas this Zoro is a chain locker and a type booster. If you guys saw my previous video talking about V2 Fujitora and the entire batch coming out with that, I mentioned in that video that Treasure Mode Mihawk is an exceptional unit to run on a V2 Fujitora team because they partner up so well. This unit is another unit that can partner up very well with Fujitora. Fujitora gives you all your matching orbs, and then you can use this guy for your chain lock, which of course is very good with Fujitora because of the good, great, perfect system. And he also provides the type boost as well. So this guy works very well with that as well. But you know, it is kind of a competition now of who you need to run on a slasher based team. Both Treasure Mode Mihawk and this Zoro are exceptionally good units. It's hard to say which one is better, honestly, on a team. Both are very good. You're going to get more damage output from Mihawk, but sometimes you do need the Dex unit in Zoro. Sometimes you do need this specific type booster. But remember, you only get the 2 times type boost if this Zoro is your captain or your friend captain. So you can opt to go ahead and run this guy as your captain with a friend Fujitora. That can also work. Or you can run Fujitora as your captain with a friend Inthawk, and then this guy as a sub, or a friend Treasure Mode Mihawk with this guy as a sub. So there's lots of different combinations that Slasher have for their captains and their subs now, which is really good. It's always good to have a lot of options for them. But other than that, it is unfortunate that Zoro does not have a limit break just yet, but I'm extremely excited. So let me know down in the comment section down below what you guys think of the 2 brand new 6+ characters. And because these guys are coming out now, we can kind of suspect that these 2 characters, both 6+ Inthawk and 6+ Zoro, are both going to be trusty characters in the upcoming treasure map in May. Now, we can actually go ahead over to the treasure map screen, and we can see a couple of characters that are actually already boosted. Now, I haven't had a deep look into this list, but there is information currently for characters that are upcoming, and also characters that are also available now. Now, we don't know who's coming coming next. We can pretty much assume at this point it's going to be Treasure Mode Cavendish, but they could throw a curveball at us and give us something different, but I'm not 100% sure what they're going to do. But right now, it doesn't actually have any of the 6+ characters. It's got a couple of legends there. Treasure Mode Mihawk and Treasure Mode Whitebeard are both going to be available. A couple of Fortnite units, new Coliseum units, of course. But at the moment, there is no listings of any 6+ character. But if we had to go with what's actually going to be coming, we can kind of assume that Zoro and Intalk are both going to be boosted. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. As I said before, let me know down in the comment section down below what you guys think of the brand new 6+ Intalk and 6+ Zoro characters. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on them. I think they're fantastic personally. But hopefully you guys did enjoy the video, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to smack the like button down below. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.